Debbie with Kip's Corner. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. I am finishing up the last two panels on the inside of the Going Postal mini Lapbook thing. And I've got a panel in here that I completed not on camera. I'm actually not going to show it to you right now because then there'll be a surprise ready for you for the flip through. You might see peeks of it, but anyway, so I've got to do this panel and this one. So these two here. I did, here in the very back, I did go ahead and add some paper, just a smattering of different sizes and sheets of paper that I threw in here, put a little mail plane on that. And let's see, let me set that aside. I'm going to keep the last two panels fairly simple because I don't want to get into a position where I can't close this. So let me get this out of my way so I can scoot this over and make sure we're in camera here. Yeah, there we go. That works. So what I've done is I've just got another sheet from Tracie's kit that I've cut down to size. I went ahead and inked it and went ahead and sewed around it. And that's going to go right there. And then the last piece is, when I first started, I think I had this envelope. This is just the back of an envelope, and it's got a stamp that says Smithland, November 10th. I think that's 1897, Smithland, Kentucky. And it's still glued. And I'm going to just add that to a piece of blue cardstock, kind of like what I did on the front envelope piece I had somewhere in one of the panels. And I'm going to slip that on here, maybe something like that. I want to cover some of that photo, so maybe something like that, and just create a simple little pocket back here. So very easy, not a whole lot, no flippy flappies or magnets or anything on this particular panel. So all I'm going to do, I've already cut this and put a little bit of ink around the outside. And like I said, I already cut that and put my sewing edge around the outside, and I inked that as well. So all I'm going to do is I just filled my bottle of glue here, so now it's coming out too fast. Just going to glue this up, and I'm going to put the whole thing down. I'm not going to try to put a pocket. This is old. Well, obviously it's from the 1890s. It's old paper that was thin envelope paper to boot, and so I don't want to use it as a pocket and take the chance that it gets beat up even more. I should have done that before I glued it on, but that's all right. I want to put a little bit of a label on here. A little collage on the envelope just to give it a little bit more interest. And I need to still go back and do that pretty much to all of the, yeah, I think I can put that right there. No, maybe a little higher. All of the panels, there'll be a little bit more decoration to do, but again, I think I want to do most of that off camera so that we've got some surprises. Boy, I can't talk today, can I? We'll put that there. Nice. And then I've got a little stamp here I'm going to add to it. There we go. Let's see, let's make sure this is right side up. I'm going to put that right there. There. Now we've got a nice little pocket, and it'll look something, yeah. So a couple thin pieces in here. That ought to work just fine. And I'm just getting that flattened back out because of the moisture. Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. Now the question is, do I need, I think what I want to do is get a little, let's use the other glue. Let's put the lid on this one. I'm going to get a little bit of ink, or glue, sorry, up in behind that fabric piece, just a tiny bit. Just because it's pretty flappy. So I'm just going to get a little bit. What I want to do is make a little mail slot. And so I've got the piece that goes on the bottom, but before that piece goes on the bottom, I've got, this was an envelope, and I just cut the flap off, and then I cut the sides down just a little bit, and then I re-glued the two sides. So I still have, here's the fold, and I still have a little pocket here. Getting this excess up above was important, and I will explain. Then I've got a little piece of, this is some of that construction, it's sort of like construction paper, and I cut a slot in it, and then I sewed, not straight. And then this is just another little flat piece that I've sewn around and did a little bit of sanding on, and I think these are all inked and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is create a mail slot, but I want there to be, I don't want this to be completely open back here, because I don't want you to be able to slip something in there and it end up way over here, right? So I'm going to create stops in here to where if you slip something in, it can only go into that pocket. And so that's what this is for. So this edge right here of my opening, this edge, top edge right here, is going to get lined up with this edge, the bottom edge of my slot that I've cut. And so that gets glued on like that. Like that. And then this piece will get glued just around the four corners onto the back here. And then the whole thing, of course, will get glued down. So what that'll create then is a pocket that when I slip something in here, it's actually inside the little folder. Hope that makes sense. And then this will go on top to reinforce on the front, and it'll look something like that. So it'll be a little mail slot. So I'm going to first glue this piece on. And the important part here is this edge right here. So I'm going to glue that edge. And then I'm going to glue the rest of this. I'm going to come back and do the top after I get this on. So all of this gets glued down. Just a simple little collage there. Little cluster of stuff. This now is a tuck spot. And let's see, here's a piece of scrap. So we can tuck something in there pretty easily. Here's an envelope. I'll probably do something like that. Tuck an envelope in. Oh, I like that. See, there we go. Okay. Actually, I think I will use that envelope. So yeah, I'm just gonna ink these up and lay this down. That's not an inker, that's a sander. I have too many things on my desk. Let's glue this down. You know what I need there? I need a little piece of that leather, I think. There's not much of it left. I used pretty much all of it on all of the other pieces, you know, on the inside, but I like the idea of there being a little bit of that leather here in the front too. I think that's about right. Let's go over just a little bit further. There we go. Now, here's what's left. That's it. That's all that's left. But, I don't know. We might be able to do something. A little piece of that right there might look interesting. Let's see. There's another spot of this that would be better. Ooh, that's nice. I'm just gonna rip this. Ha, how's that? How's that? There we go. See, I like that. Let me come up a little bit higher. It's just a little something there. And then if I want to, I can add in this also. It's not horrible. I like the red. Okay, let's do it. You convinced me. I know it's funny when you're sitting here talking to yourself, but I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to myself essentially. And I try to pretend like I can hear you. So I think you convinced me to go ahead and put that right there. Good. So that's in our slot. That's in our tuck spot. I'll probably have something else here in this tuck spot, and the front, the very front now is done. And then the other panel that we just did is this one back here. And this one will have some pieces in it as well. That one might fit just perfectly in there. And then that one is almost done as well. Just need to add a few knickknacks to it. All right, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do for today. Basically the work I have left to do is just to go back in, add any more decorations that I want to or need to on any of this, on any of the panels. And maybe there's a couple panels on the front that I might want to get a little bit of the tape on and the metal pieces. Actually, let's look at that right now. Yeah, I think I could put a little piece of tape. Actually, I could put a little piece of tape right here. Let's see. Here's a piece right here, already cut. Actually, here, let's put it over here. Put it right there. There we go. Oh, I like that. Ta-da! Simple, simple. And you know what else I may do? Let's go back to this panel. Yeah, I may. Where are my little gold clippy thingies? I've had some over here. These are the little thingamadooders I had misplaced. They're the little clips. And they're paper fasteners. And I think I would really like to put one right there on that. Push that down. Oops, wait a minute. I may have just messed that up. I sure did. I sure did. Okay. There we go. It's, yeah, I like that. Just add that little bit of gold there. And let me do the same thing down here, if I can get it lined up correctly. Is that about lined up? Oh, I don't know. Should we check with a ruler maybe? It would go about right. A little further, right there. Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, I like the look that that gives. Okay, it's the little things. And that doesn't affect anything. It's not, see, I can still go under. I just clipped it to the red. I haven't clipped it anywhere else. Just mostly really just for decoration. There we go. All right, next step is to come back now and finish the cover. And I do have an idea finally of what I want to do. So next video will be me working on the cover. And then after that, or during that, or between that, I'm going to be working on creating some tags to go in some of these slots. What I've got in here now is just stuff that happened to be on my desk that I kind of tucked in. I may change my mind about some of that, about what's in here. I may not. Like, this piece is actually really perfect for here. So that will probably stay there, even though it doesn't want to slip in. There's plenty of room. It just doesn't want to slip in. It's just very snug because of all the glue and everything. So that piece will probably stay there, but then I can put another tag here. There's other spots. I need to create things that go inside some of my envelopes. Yeah, so that's where I am. This is almost done. Very close. That is not pushed down far enough. There we go. And I'll be back. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.